Namaste friends, I am Jayalakshmi Ravichandran signing in on behalf of Magic Needles. This day I am here with numeral 8 in Filet Crochet. The basics of Filet Crochet and how to work chainless foundation DCs are available as video links in the description box below. To begin this Filet Crochet, we need the first row to be worked as 20 solid squares or 61 DCs. Second and third rows have one solid square on either side with 18 open squares in between them. The fourth row, which is an even row, and all even rows are read from left to right and worked, and all odd rows are read from right to left and worked. So let's begin with fourth row. One solid square, 6 open squares, 6 solid squares and 6 open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 5, 1 solid square, 5 open squares, 3 solid squares, 2 open squares, 3 solid squares. The rest are open squares with solid square as the last one. Row number 6, solid square, 5 open squares, 2 solid squares, 4 open squares, 3 solid squares, 4 open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 7, 1 solid square, 4 open squares, 2 solid square, 5 open squares, 2 solid squares, 5 open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 8, 1 solid square, 6 open squares, 2 solid squares, 4 open squares, 2 solid squares, 4 open square and a solid square. Row number 9, 1 solid square, 5 open squares, 2 solid squares, 2 open squares, 3 solid squares, 6 open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 10, 1 solid square, 8 open squares, 4 solid squares, 6 open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 11, 1 solid square, 5 open squares, 4 solid squares, the rest are open squares and 1 solid square. Row number 12, 1 solid square, 8 open squares, 2 solid squares, 2 open squares, 2 solid squares, 4 open square and 1 solid square. Row number 13, 1 solid square, 4 open square, 2 solid square, 2 open squares, 2 solid square, the rest are open squares ending with a solid square. Row number 14, 1 solid square, 8 open squares, 6 solid squares and 4 open squares ending with a solid square. Row number 15, 1 solid square, 5 open squares, 4 solid square, rest are open squares ending with a solid square. Row number 16, 1 solid square, 18 open squares and 1 solid square. And the last row, the 17th row, is 20 solid squares or 61 DCs. Thank you friends for watching. Have a nice day.